Hey everyone, welcome back to our speaker series for the FAA 25th International Australian Astrology Conference, which
Yay.
is in January. So
Cannot
today,
wait.
so today we have Kira Sutherland joining us to share what she'll be presenting at the conference. We'll have three talks. Thanks for coming by, Kira, and
Yes. Yeah.
sharing your talks with us.
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm excited. One of my favorite conferences. It's time, right? I'm really excited it's happening again.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. Post the first one post COVID, first full
I
one.
cannot wait. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the conference so
Go
that you
for it.
all understand what it is, how to get in there, how to book, how to find us, and then we're going to talk to Kira about her presentations and her
Yep.
Astro MO, which I've always find fascinating. So,
Yay.
like
Okay.
I said, it's the
I'm
25th,
ready.
25th, 25 years, quarter of a century of these.
Wow.
They are very established. It's at the Gold Coast, Australia, January 16 to 20, 2025. However, ticket booth closes November 30.
Oh, that's soon. Hey.
Yes, that's
Yes.
soon. So we have to get booked in. So find us at faainc.org.au, faainc.org.au. The whole schedule's up, all the speakers are up with bios and what they're presenting, lectures and workshops. You can book your ticket there. You can plan your conference itinerary and you can check out where it will be located, which is on the beautiful, sunny,
Mm,
sparkling, golden sand shores of the Gold Coast, Queensland,
hello.
Australia, an hour from me. So I'll just be driving down to the Gold Coast from
Nice.
Brisbane. Kira,
Nice.
are you coming up from Sydney?
Yeah, I'm coming up. Well, I'm actually coming via Canada. So I spend a lot of Christmas, January, December, January in Canada. So I'm flying home 2 days before I fly up. So no more, I will be not jet lagged by the time I get there. But yeah, I fly home on the Monday and then I fly up on the Thursday.
Well,
So
anyone with jet lag, we can dunk you in the ocean and
mm,
you'll be feeling so much better. So
oh, it's so beautiful up there. I always say to the Americans, it's like our Honolulu.
it is. It's so,
Mm,
so, so beautiful. Some people travel for beaches, but we really don't have to here. The
no, we
whole
don't.
coast is stunning. It's very accessible. So check in. We're all a very friendly bunch. You can come by
Mm,
yourself, meet new people. We all have something in common, which is the astrology. We have all have lots to share, whether we're speaking or not. So come and learn and make friends, extend your network. It's all very Aquarian 11th
mm,
house. So
it
Pluto in
is.
Aquarius soon. Maybe astrology is going to power on with a double
Oh,
top
God, yeah.
cryptocurrency talk. So let's get on with the inside lane. Let's do some insider trading with Kira Sutherland. So you've got three talks that you're
Yeah.
presenting. The first one being the lunar nodes and medical astrology. Tell us about that. That sounds really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So I pulled up all my lectures. I had to reread them a minute ago. I was like, I gotta remember everything I said I was going to talk about. But the lunar nodes in medical astrology. So there's regular astrology and then there's medical. That's how I term them. But the lunar node talk is just a great insight as into how the nodes work physically within our body. So, looking at what your nodal axis is, not just sign wise, but also what house it's in, much like we do in regular astrology, and what that actually presents for you medically, as well as how you can work on it. If you haven't been to a lecture with me, I know you have, but if people haven't, I'm very practical. I'm what can you go do with it? I'm not just theory, I'm action. So we're going to talk a lot about that. And we will talk a little bit about also the transiting nodes and how that creates certain focuses on different body parts and different ailments as the nodes shift signs. And we're going to have a little play with that because it's quite phenomenally apt for what we've been through, especially over the last 5 to 10 years and what it's created and what globally we've had to focus on. So, but it's especially
Yes.
about your natal and how to support it.
Excellent. That sounds really interesting. And of course, Kira has decades of
Mm,
lecture experience and practitioner experience. So I always say, well, of course, we love the intellectual side because we're all so bookish. There is a theme running there,
yeah,
but it's the observation over
yeah,
time that is just the real gold in this. So come and get some of that
yeah.
with Kira.
I just realized I'm on my Saturn return of being a practitioner and a lecturer.
Oh, interesting.
I know. I'm
Yes.
interested to see where that, that progress of what is happening now. Yeah, with that,
Yes.
right? What's the next phase?
What is the next phase, Professor Kira?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
So it's talk two is the astrological days and medical astrology. What's that about?
Yeah, I've never, so these are all new lectures. I have lectured a little bit on the nodes, but the astrological days, brand new lecture. And it's simple but super practical, and it's looking literally at, Monday is the moon, Tuesday is Mars, but what that symbolically means for us all and how to work on our actual health via the patterns of weekly. And also then I'll go into a little bit like monthly or monthly, every 4 weeks. And so we're going to look a lot at the patterns, but also the patterns of healing in the body. So how to tie ourselves into rhythm to work with our health to make it a lot easier, because health is so difficult to stay on top of. And a lot of us don't want to be living in our bodies. That sounded weird, but a lot of people are, very up in their brain and not in their physical. So these are a lot of really fun. It's like astrological body magic.
Mhm.
I could have titled it. So it does bring in a little bit of magical remediation and yeah,
Sounds good,
weekly
especially
remediation.
and especially in these days of we are online and it is so incredibly disembodying.
Hmm.
It really,
People are really forgetting to be in their bodies. And I'm not having a go at astrologers, but I am. We, are so busy in our brains, we
yeah,
forget. We forget we have bodies.
totally agree, and totally feeling that. Oh my God.
Yeah. And
So
it's going to be interesting, with Pluto, we're recording basically right as Pluto is moving signs
tomorrow,
permanently.
it's going tomorrow.
Yeah.
So exactly. So this focus coming into air signs, Uranus will be in Gemini. It's just, yeah, air all the way. So
I'm going to bring you, a lot of the talks are very practical, bring you into, yeah, theory into practice.
yes, get ahead of the curve with Kira,
Mm,
the tagline.
mm.
Okay, talk three is outer planets transit and your health.
Yeah. So, traditional medical astrology or Renaissance only goes to Saturn. They stop and they don't look at the outers. As a 30-year practitioner and astrologer, I can tell you the outers absolutely impact our physical health. So this is probably the most theory based of the talks, and we're just going to look at the outers. I'm not, maybe I'll pull in Chiron. I don't know. That's really a whole talk of its own. But we're really going to look at that impact of the outers and what it does to our health and what we can do, again, remediation or to support it. So whether it's our own outer planets or the transiting planets, how to support ourselves and really understand those. Because we do in medical, we focus so much on the inners or the traditional planets. The outers need a voice, and they will rock your world if you ignore them. So this is
Yes.
really having a good deep dive. I have in the past done talks on all the planets, but it's nice to just get to do some juicy time with only a
Mm,
few planets. So, and
that
I have a lot more years of watching this to really kind of bring it to light.
exactly. That is very interesting and totally agree. And wonder, because I don't do traditional astrology. I've really stuck to psychological modern
Yeah.
astrology. So I always use the outer planets. And yeah, I do wonder how people are operating without using those outers. I'll listen to sometimes podcasts and things like that. And the reason people will give for things that are happening, I'll look at the chart and one of the outers is usually there.
Like a huge, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
But if you think of like Mercury to Uranus, right? It's that higher octave. So sometimes they'll be like, oh, Mercury, Mercury. And you're like, and Uranus as well. But,
Oh, big time.
whatever works for people. It's not to say if you're a traditional astrologer, you won't get a lot out of this, because I think you would. And I think we all look at every style, right, in some ways. So it's not like the traditionals are like, no, it's not there. So yeah,
Well,
yeah.
everyone does practice it differently for sure. And
Mm,
yeah, I think we can all benefit again from your experience as a Saturn return astrologer.
mm,
Yes. So
yes. Where did that happen? Where did those years go?
I've been thinking the same thing. Where did those years go? It happened so
Yeah,
fast in your life.
yeah.
Yeah, so that sounds really interesting. I'm gonna definitely have to come to at least one of yours. I'm just like trying to pick off all the
No.
astrologers with this experience, just so gold. And especially, I just have to say the boomers as well, because I don't know how much longer they're going to be here, and they have so much to share.
Oh my gosh. And it's one of those, it's what, the youth astrologers are getting it so quickly.
So
And I'm
quick.
I'm
God.
enjoying, because I'm in the middle. I'm a Gen Xer. We're Gen Xers, right? So
They're
we're in
like
the middle.
mid-career
I
astrologers.
know. And the youth, I love what it's bringing to astrology. I think it's been fabulous, especially probably since COVID. But oh my gosh, that elder wisdom is amazing. And I love it. I love, gosh, imagine that we have astrologers that have been going for 50 and 60 years, right? Like you learn with every practitioner. I supervise students as they treat clients. This is just in naturopathy, not astrology. And sometimes, like just yesterday, I was supervising, and some of them were like, oh my God, how do you know all that? I'm like, they're like, I feel like I don't know. I'm like, literally, it's 30 years of watching and listening. There's so much you learn with every client or
Mm.
every lecture and every experience. It's the wisdom. What I think it's a profession where you just get better and better. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I find it's the context. So the older I get, the more a context I have for things, and you just get this wider and wider lens. And I
yes,
think the opposite with the kids that are very new at it. And yeah, you're right. They just dive
amazing
right
at
in the
it.
deep end and start swimming. They are really grounding it in a really present moment because
Yeah,
it's loud for them. So that's really interesting too.
I
Just
love that.
not
Yeah.
shade anyone from wherever you're coming from, obviously.
No, absolutely. And I just think every every generation has so much to add to it.
Exactly. So back to you, all about you, Aries.
All right. Meow,
So
meow,
I
meow.
want to hear, what is your MO for, like, your overdriving or overriding MO for doing astrology and presenting these talks? Like, what really drives you to do what you
Oh,
do?
like, why do I do it? Oh my gosh. I don't know if anyone's ever asked me that in all my years. I just, for me, working with people's health, because I'm a naturopath, nutritionist, herbalist, homeopath, all that stuff, learning medical astrology, when I found out about body astrology, it was like, oh my gosh, here is this beautiful mathematical, spiritual system to assess someone through. And it just gives us such great hints and ideas how to better support somebody or the journey they're on. So for me, it's all about, health, self-awareness, but also adding in those, naturopathy is very much about the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, the mental. And astrology has all of that. And it gives us clues. If the physical is stuck and we can't do a thing about it, we can go astrologically and work on all those other levels, psychologically, spiritually. And I just think it's a great way, literally, to embody mind body medicine. So for
Mm.
me, teaching it is teaching you about taking care of being gentler and how to take care of yourself.
Yeah, interesting. So
Mm,
fantastic. I love
mm,
the dual approach that you have here and this real
yeah.
niche that you're bringing and sharing with us.
Yeah. Yeah, it just gives you a better understanding of who you are, why you are like that, just like regular astrology, but on such a bigger level, food, nutrition, activity wise, why you don't like exercising in the morning, why you love exercising with friends. It just gives you better ideas to go implement. So I originally I'm more of a modern astrologer. I definitely have a lot of education traditionally now because with medical you have
Mm.
to, but I very much incorporate it all into a very, for me, I guess my MO is proactive
Mhm.
health astrology
Excellent.
rather than why did that happen or what. It's much more what am I going to go do with it.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds very practical and very
Very
interesting.
practical,
Three
very
talks,
airy, simple. I got to keep it
very Aries,
simple.
yeah, and to the point as well.
Yeah.
Direct. Well, come see Kira's three talks, January
Yay.
16 to 20, 2025. Ticket booth closes November 30. You must get in. It's in real life only, face to face, not
I
streamed. So
love
you must
that.
come and be with us at the beautiful Gold Coast at the
Yeah.
Novotel, faainc.org.au. We will see you there. I'll see you there, Kira. I really
I'll
look
see you there. Can't
forward to it.
wait.
And everyone, have a great Pluto into Aquarius
Yeah.
vision.